What's up, YouTube? Just hanging out here today with my brother Satan, and do a review on these C.I.R.A.S vests, and just kind of go through with what we got, show how you can run yours or how not to run yours. So Satan, I'll have you come over here and just go through what you got on your vest and explain to everybody how you got it set up and how you're going to run it.
Well, my vest is a bit overkill, as you might be able to tell, compared from his to mine. I'm running double 2, 4, 6, 8, and then another 5 in here. 13 mags or so, plus a pistol mag on top. Just an easy way to put it out of the way. It's not going to fall off. I of course have my bayonet slash utility knife. It's a good to go all the way around.
And that is a nice utility knife.
Sidearm, 1911 or any other variants you might be able to fit in this particular holster. Just the one I got on there. I of course could take this off and put a vertical or a horizontal pistol mag on there, so I could carry the Glock. These are Glock mags, or any kind of pistol mag. I got 550 cord. Doesn't really take up much space. It's not really heavy. I have a chem light, ear protection if you can use it at all. Of course, the
that's that bungee sling, single point.
Yep, and that is built into the vest itself. It runs over the sleeves and back down, and it all hooks together. I have a emergency strobe or friendly strobe, IR cap, water resistant to a point. This is a heavy rig, and I'm not even running plates in this yet, and I have this on, and myself I already weigh over 200 pounds. So, I'm not back in the Marine Corps, not as conditioned as I was, so I might have to lighten the load up a bit. Face veil, whatever. Still, again, more magazines here on the back. I'm capable of carrying 3, 6, and another 5, another 11 magazines fully loaded, plus a loadout. I'm looking at 660 rounds possibly to carry. It's a lot of weight, plus plates, plus just other random gear that I have just shoved in here.
What are you carrying in the back there?
This is a sustainment pouch. You can get them off pretty much anywhere. eBay, get them at Army Navy shops. Just general stuff in here is, GPS, good to have. I also run with a compass, because I'm sure if stuff hits the fan, GPS are going to be inoperative anyway. They're going to shut those down.
Right.
I got water pills. I got a speed loader for my magazines. Fresh pair of socks. It's always a good thing to have.
Yeah. Don't skimp on the dry socks.
And keeping them dry is really important too. I got a 4 set of these off of eBay for less than 20 bucks. This kind of a cheesy container, but it kind of works. I got some cordite in there from a Nugget round, mainly playing around anyway. Lint, dryer lint is a great thing to have. It's easy to fire start with. It only takes a couple strikes and it's on fire. Fire striker, 550 cord's great to have.
Now, for people that don't know, you say dryer lint, you get that out of like the lint catcher in the front, or I've heard you can get it. The best stuff is to get at the bottom, at the back, where the silver vent goes in.
Well, every time you do your laundry, it's dryer lint. If you could take your knife and rub it on cotton jeans and get it off too, but this is a lot easier way. This is just sitting around your house, you throw it away anyway.
Right. It's kind of seasoned where it's gone through the dryer. It's definitely dry.
Oh, it's dry, and it just takes a quick spark and it's instantly going. Emergency whistles, they're nice to have.
Yeah, that's a simple item that people take for granted. Why explain why you would have a whistle with you?
Distress whistle is good for, let's say you're traveling in a group, one of your people gets lost, they don't know the terrain, you're all new to the terrain, you get separated. This whistle is very, very loud, and the sound will travel long distances, even through thick woods, especially in open ground, hilly area. Somebody's in a lull where you're on top, you can still hear it, and it does echo for quite a while. So, it's just it's a little noisy, but you could always stick some of that in there, and that would quiet it up.
So basically, the whistle is an emergency thing. So if you find yourself in distress,
purely emergency only. We usually had one on us. It's just a good little item to have. Sniper's veil, or whatever. You can use it for ground cloth, covering your rifle. You could also stick foliage in it to help camouflage you. A decent pair of gloves, optional, of course. Then a couple MREs. I mean, this little pack right here, you could survive for, if you had to, at least 5 days. I've done it on one MRE in the Corps. Fire starting material is always great. Here in Florida, we have a lot of stuff that it's usually wet. So carrying tinder and stuff like that. Some people carry ladder knot. That's great to have. Usually here in Florida, you can find it in the swamps. Of course, not everybody's in Florida, so just go with what kind of stuff you have on hand, or you can use in the wild.
Now, do you have water carrying capabilities on that vest?
This is a hydration carrier here. It also doubles as you could stuff rounds in it, boxes of rounds. I mean, it's a full hydration carrier. It'll carry a 100-ounce bladder for your Camelback in it. Like I said, you can put magazines, you can put whatever else you might need. Personally, I think water is very important.
Oh yeah, you can survive without eating longer than you can without water.
Yeah, 3 days. You're a dead man without water in 3 days. I have a simple radio pouch. These are Motorola, the Talk About. This one here is a weather band, which is nice to have if you're out in the field. The only thing that sucks is batteries, and carrying extra batteries. You got to give up something else for battery weight.
Yeah, but I mean, basically that's any electronic device. Your sights, anything that takes batteries, can go down, and that again is something to keep in mind when you set up a kit. You expect things electronic to fail.
Right.
That's how you set up for them. So
there's all your options you could always go with. This rifle here, straight iron sights, nothing fancy about it. Just grab it and go. This is standard AR-15 A2 sights. I put Tactical.We night sights on it, just for a little bit better enhanced nighttime shooting. You could also run another one. I have a variant. This one's a bit more tricked out. It has a 20 milliwatt green laser on it, 135 lumens flashlight. This is a nice little rig here. C.I.R.A.S. Industries has this. Just a standard front pistol grip, telescoping stock. Nothing fancy on the scope, and you can also run your iron sights as well. So if all your electronics fail, you can still use your rifle. Jettison this gear off if it fails. If it breaks, just get rid of it.
Right.
Because you're not going to be able to replace it in the field anyway. But
and it's just extra weight then.
That's right.
That's another thing. A lot of people nowadays, they're out there and they're buying all this expensive gear, and trying to trick out everything they got. And it's just when it comes down to it, when the lights go out, all that crap is going to be useless. So I kind of like the idea of going as simple as possible to begin with, and get good with that system. Speaking of cheap, I mean, what are these vests? What do these things run? Because see everybody out there with the Eagle Industries and $500-$600 vests.
It's just whatever you can afford to put together. In the past, I've had LBVs. I ran with LBV for years and years and years. Just recently upgraded to this system here. Is it better? In certain ways it is, in other ways no. I always trained, had LBV forever. We never had plates, all this new body armor, that's all new trash to me. When I was in the Corps, it was a flak jacket, that's your best bet. LBV, and your training would get you through the rest of it. Hopefully. But plate carriers, it just depends on what you can afford. I put this system together. I had most of these pouches from all the rest of my gear that I've collected over the years. And this came with 3 magazine pouches. This pouch here, just kind of what you see without all this extra trash on it.
Of course, what did the cost of that the vest itself go?
I picked up that vest for $89, free shipping off of eBay. It came from Georgia.
Right. Now, I mean, a lot of people, I have the same vest, obviously, and you hear a lot of people talking about, the quality, the Chinese crap is crap, and, it just doesn't hold up. Now, this vest, 80 pounds of gear on this vest with water and everything. And I mean, how's it held up to you? I mean, what do you say about the quality?
Well, to give you a little piece of advice, when I first got this, a friend of mine reinforced all the stitching, all the pouches, so that beefed it up a little bit. That's easy stuff you can do. I mean, even the best vests, of course, they're gonna have a lot better quality, but for average Joe that can put it together here and there. I don't know about everybody else, but I didn't buy those 2 rifles just straight out with cash. It took me a little bit of time to get it. All the weapons I have, I bought layaway or tax money. So, it just depends on what you can do and when you can do it. The old saying, he who hesitates is lost. That's a good saying, but, if your pocket's not deep enough, then, don't live past your means, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Like I said, a lot of this gear I've collected over the years. Some of it's brand new Molly gear, some of it's old school Alice gear. It still all works, it's still all serviceable gear. Just depends on what you're trying to do with it. You can get fancy, go plate carriers, but still that guy with a $30 30-30 in the bushes will snipe you out just as quick.
Right.
And then you're useless.
So, I mean, that's kind of my mindset too. I mean, if you want to have a system and you don't have, tons of money like you're saying, I mean, you could still put together a really nice system, as you can see sitting here. I mean, the difference between mine, obviously, and Satan's, I've got a lot less stuff on here. I've got mine set up just basically I can grab one thing and go to the house, and I've got a decent loadout as far as ammunition, my magazines, stuff like that. I've got a water carrier on there. I've got a survival knife and an IFAK is what I'm running on mine. If you have a little more money, you can go with a rig like this. I mean, this is basically a week-long rig as opposed to maybe a day, 2 days, just something to carry your gear, carry your ammo, basically. With a little bit of protection in your plates.
I'm actually, when I get my plates for this, I'm going to have to lighten the load or get stronger.
Or get stronger.
Because this is a heavy loadout. I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps, and we had we had 3 people on my gun crew, and all together we probably carried enough like this. So, am I going to be running and gunning with this fully loaded out? Negative. I'll just be too heavy. I'll be a big, blob running around the battlefield, easy target. So I got to lighten the load on that. The magazines in front will probably stay, and then the ones on the back, probably jettison those, just to lighten the load a little bit. Maybe let somebody else run the other rifle with the other rig that I got set up, so they can, just dish out gear. Here's a rifle, here's a sidearm, here's gear.
Right.
I probably have enough gear for 3 individuals fully set up. Magazines, sidearms, rifles, you know, good effective rifle. So it just depends on what you have on hand and who you know.
Right. I see something a little familiar there. You people probably pick up. That's a little TMP there, huh?
Yeah, it is. I like watching TMP. He's got some great information, and I can't say anything bad about him.
No, nothing rules.
He knows his stuff, and he's well versed in a lot of different things. I just wish I had the room like he does out there.
Yeah.
To go running around here.
Yeah, it'd be nice. All right, I'm gonna just let you guys look at this vest. I'm gonna do some close-ups and let you guys see all the little details. And like I said, again, this is just some gear, some kits we've set up, to actually run, and we're training with it. We're learning right now. You learn as you do.
This is a bit overkill. I realize that, so next time you see me, it'll probably be set up different. I just had to figure out a good way to run it efficiently and take it from there.
Alright, let's get some close-ups here. But there you go. There's 2 basic setups, that you could easily afford. This gear, the vests themselves, like I said, for under $100, you're getting a value. It's not going to be the same quality as the $500-600 vests, but at the same time, take your time, reinforce a couple of the weak spots, and you got a vest for under $100 that basically into the same job.
It'll do the same job.
So just because you don't have the income, the bank account, it doesn't mean you can't be prepared.
Yeah, being prepared is just putting it together slowly. You just can't overnight. You could put a list together, but reasonably, can you buy everything on that list in one day? Negative. That's why you have to prepare and put it together slowly and wait for that day to come along. And when it comes, the outcome for you will be a lot better than the outcome for other people is going to be.